Just wanted to come on and do a little live because it's been a little bit. It seems like the best time to do it's when I'm hungover, so having a little bit of drinks. Oh, pardon me. If you guys haven't yet, go over to my Twitter and give me a follow over there. I greatly appreciate it. And it's where I chronicle my story here so far. I give daily, sometimes twice daily updates. And just, I'd appreciate it if you guys went over there. I will put the link for that in the description of this video or this live at some point. But also, I do believe it's on my main channel page. So, yeah, now that we got that out of the way, I guess we'll just wait for folks to show up before we get rolling into it. Because I have some pretty cool perspective to share, and probably not what most people would consider about Thailand. Of course, you hear all about the party, and you hear about all of the extra stuff that goes on, and trust me, it's there. But you know, there's a lot more to it than what meets the eye. And personally, I'm shocked and excited and surprised by it all. And yeah, so yeah, I guess we'll just wait for folks to kind of come in a little bit. One of the things that I do really enjoy the most is the night markets, and just basically all of the markets here. It's something special. So back in the States, we have farmers markets, which are these 1 day, maybe 2 day events where vendors come and sell whatever they sell, just artwork and some food and crafts and services and all kind of really neat stuff. But after those 1 or 2 days, it's over, and that's it until the next time. Or maybe a county fair or a state fair, something like that, where they have, they set up little food section, you know what I mean? And they have little arts and crafts and things like that. And just imagine that, but 24/7, 365, all the time. To me, I think that's cool, because I can go walk right up the street here and yeah, just absolutely get my fill of any kind of food that I want at any time. And let me tell you, the food is absolutely incredible. And it doesn't disappear when the fair ends. Of course, it might close, and there's other places you can go, but you know, um, that's something I think we just don't allow for ourselves in a way in the States. And I think we're missing something, and I think that's one of the things that makes Thailand special, in my opinion. And I'm happy to say that and to record that and put that out into the world. And yeah, so I wish we had more of that back in the States. I think we'd have a pretty good opportunity to really get back to building community and friendship and supporting each other and things like that. But crawling through the bureaucracy and all this other stuff, it's tough. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. Just talking about. Oh, my name is Kirk. Just talking about night markets, and or just markets in general here in Thailand, from what I've seen, and how it compares to the United States. And at least that's the first thing we're talking about. And kind of what prompted this is this morning at 5 a.m., I was hanging out with a bunch of friends and we went and had like a full blown restaurant meal. And it wasn't, it didn't break the bank either. I think it was like $30 total, and it fed, I think there was like five or six of us that ate. It was wonderful. It was great food, hot pot. It was my first time having it, and it was really cool to see that and to be a part of that. Can I play Party in the USA? No, I can't. uh, have I seen none? None what? Thanks, I appreciate it. It's uh, it's a pleasure. It's a treat to be here in Thailand, and trust me, none of that is missed on me. The culture, the vibrancy, the speed at which everything happens, even down to like the little things, right? So you just like driving down the road at night, and the center lines, all of the little markers, they glitter or they sparkle. You know, they're illuminated in a kind of way, and it's just like just little stuff like that. It's just so special, to see something like that. And oh, you like the shirt? It's a little small. It's extra medium. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Sure, bring it. Bring the joke. What you got for me? If you're gonna tell me a joke, at least hit the like button for me. But also ripping through town on the back of a scooter, going mock chicken is also the most exhilarating thing, I think. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because I forgot to get the check. Knock, knock. Who's there? Yeah? So waiting on knock, knock jokes now. I already did, man. You're like 10 seconds behind. Yeah, nice one, man. Really nice. Okay, so and I wanted to like talk about maybe I wouldn't say like things are cheap, but the dollar is definitely strong here. It's usually around 30 baht to $1, so that's pretty strong. And you know, everybody is I think that kind of messes with people's minds a little bit because they say, like, "Oh, it's so cheap," and you just like buy everything, buy everything, so it like stacks up. The real ones with the TikTok logo. What's up? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Smash that like button for me. Yeah, hey Eris, that joke's so old it can vote. It collects a pension, brother. But so that's definitely one thing that you can find yourself getting into trouble with is spending a little too much money. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm nursing a hangover. I think maybe 7.5 liters of water down today, trying to recover, rehydrate. But you know that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah. Look, if you can get, it's got to be a 40 ounce. It's got to be a 40. You have 40 ounce for like 100 baht, which is crazy, you know. Oh, well, I thank you. Appreciate it. Would I like to like? Yeah, please smash that like button for me. That definitely helps me out. So if you want to help me out, uh, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So tell me where you guys are checking in from and how did you guys come by the stream? If you found me on Twitter or just scrolling on YouTube. Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't found my Twitter yet, excuse me, um, it might be in the description of my channel. Let me see really quick. I might be able to drop it in on. The reason I'm trying to point you guys to that is because I chronicle my journey through that. So every day I make a post. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Yeah, so every day I make a couple posts on Twitter and just kind of chronicle my journey. And it also goes hand in hand with the book that I'm writing. And, that book is going to be coming out for digital download here very, very soon. It is about how you can basically just take control of your life and get out of your rut and, live the life that you actually want to do. Because I did it and it wasn't easy. It wasn't, I'm not saying it's easy at all, but I'm at least illuminating a path so that you can at least expand your mind a little bit and say, oh, okay, this is possible. If anything else, because I did it, another human being did it, it's possible for you to do it. It might be more difficult. It might be less difficult. Some things that I find difficult are, super easy to other people, but just at the base level, it's possible. And that's kind of what my book is about. And it chronicles my life, and I've moved a lot around in my life, and so I'm kind of a pro at that. So I can give some insight and some wisdom there, and then also I'm aiming to turn the whole entire fitness industry on its head by giving away one of the biggest, most dearly kept secrets of fitness, and that's diet and how that works, right? Everybody thinks they know all this stuff, but when you break it down to the brass tacks and its base fundamental cores, all it's just a simple formula, but you'll have to read the book. I'm not going to give it away for free. But that knowledge you can take with you, and you can do anything with that knowledge, moving on to the future. And if you want to be vagabond lifestyle, you need to kind of have an understanding of how what your needs are as far as food goes, and that way you can kind of save yourself, or put on some muscle, lose some fat, whatever you want to do. You have the tools. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do, is teach people that they can do this stuff too, and that it's possible, and move with positive energy and goodwill through the world. Absolutely. Oh, you like the beard? I need a trim, but the dog groomers was closed. I didn't make it on time. Looking at the artistry, and I didn't like it because he was holding down zero bill, so I went like a school Dallas reads. I thought you had a zero, and you like decided to come. I'm sorry, man. Let me try to read that one more time. My drunken goggles, you know what I mean? I was just looking at artistry. I didn't like it because he was doing zero bill. So I went to like a school Dallas reads. I thought you had zero, and you were decided to come. Oh, so okay, so you were looking at art. If I understand correctly, you were looking at artistry, saw I had nobody, and decided to come into the stream. Also, if you guys haven't drank water today, now's your chance. Go get some water in you. Helps your brain work. Helps your brain work. I definitely can't get enough water in me today. I've drank a lot of water and I'm still pickled, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so essentially, yeah, the my book is called The Vagabond: How to Ditch the Rut and Chase the Call, which is something that I've coined. I refer to the call as like a like an overwhelming urge or sense to just like move or go and like do something or like see something and change your circumstances. So that's that's what it essentially is all about. How to chase the call, you know. You could be sitting at your desk just absolutely hating your life, and you know, you gotta realize like maybe there's something better for me out there. Maybe there's something more. Maybe, you know, and that's kind of the excitement and spice of life, is being able to chase that and you know, make better for yourself in any and every kind of way possible. So you get to see that through this right here, the live stream, the book I'm about to release, my post on Twitter, you know. So if you guys are interested, I highly recommend jumping on board. Absolutely. And if you're new to the stream, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Drop a thumbs up if you like what you see, like what I got going on here. Kind of a low key, chill stream right now, as I'm nursing a mean Thai hangover. But yeah, so we're talking about Thailand today. We're talking about you know, just I've been here for 19 days. I sold everything in the United States and I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. And so, and that's kind of the capstone for me getting into all of this. I've lived a very nomadic lifestyle. I've seen 49 of 50 states in the United States. I've been to Mexico, Canada, Germany, Ireland, Kuwait, Iraq, and now Thailand. And I made a very brief stop in Korea, which was probably like one of the coolest airports I've ever been in as well. I've been in a lot of airports, and the Incheon Seoul Korea International Airport was just like packed to the brim with just ultra high-end retailers, things that I've never really seen, and most people in the States don't really see unless you go to, you know, like Rodeo Drive or, you know, whatever the rich part of New York City is, you know, just like all that kind of stuff. It just seems like that level of luxury and that level of, you know, like access is just, it's just commonplace. And so, you know, coming from America, where everything's so spread out and pretty far and few in between, you don't get like a lot of high-end retailers. You don't get like a, you know, all this luxury, you know. But for the people, you know, it just seems like it's so readily available. So yeah, thanks for saying hi, Ares. Appreciate you, man. I'm probably butchering your name too, buddy. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be smart. Yeah. But yeah, and then if you guys go back and look at my last live stream, the what do you call it? The picture, you'll see a giant airplane, and that giant airplane, underneath it is a market. That's called the runway market. That's food, vendors, you name it. There's even like an airsoft BB gun target range that you can just go plink targets for like 65. It's the coolest. It's the coolest ever. Because when else do you get the opportunity to be underneath a jumbo jet? You know what I mean? It's like it's all kind of surreal. You know what I mean? So being able to see this kind of stuff, being able to experience it, and realize like there's, I feel like we're missing some stuff back in the States, and it's I would like to see it definitely come around. I'm not saying that we need to like adopt Thai culture or anything like that, but I think Thailand, just at least in Pattaya, from what I've seen, the culture is super cool, and there's two very very large malls here that are still very very active. When I say like, they're like 6 to 8 floors tall, and the top two are like food courts. But just like imagine the whole top 2 floors of a mall are just for food only, and then like you get one floor that's like down for that is like all electronics, and then the floor under that is men's clothing, and then the rest of the mall, all the way to the floor, is all women's clothes and just general services and stuff like that. But everything is so like high end and like well maintained, and it's just still in use and active, and it's nice, and it's nice to see people take pride in what they have, and you know oh man, is that my first skibbity in the wild? Sure is. I don't know how I feel about that. Thanks for stopping by the stream. First skibbity in the wild. Damn, I gotta tweet about this. Eris or Ares, Mr. King, Mrs. King, whoever you may be, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you coming and hanging out and telling jokes. That's good stuff. So let's see if I can blast this live stream out. Let's move you guys over here for a second. Oh, nice. One of the cool thing too is I don't know if you guys do any if you guys just do any just like watch YouTube, obviously, the people who make YouTube videos are out and about in the community, and you can stop them and talk to them, and which I think is really cool. And I actually was passing by a gentleman today in my little section of town here. He's getting out of his car, and I'm like, God, this guy looks so familiar. Where do I know him from? And I was like, hey, are you that YouTube guy? He goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, awesome, man. Like, nice to meet you, I thought that was really cool. And last week I went to a congratulatory party for Keys One. He hit 100K. He's a very famous Thailand YouTuber, and really cool to meet and talk to. Even if it's his function, he had a ton of people there to come see him, and to celebrate with him. And so even just the couple moments that I got to speak with him were great. And seems like a pretty solid guy. I met some other people as well, Mac One and Gone Adrift, a couple of solid dudes. So, and for the past, I don't know, maybe year, I've been bouncing around on their content and just saying, hey, I'm coming. And they're like, okay, yeah, man, come on, but that's kind of the thing too, it's, people will always say like, yeah, I'll come, and I'll come and see you. And then, so it's kind of like a half-made promise. But I'm the kind of guy that says, if I'm going to come see you, I'm going to come see you. And so I did. And so I told him, hey, I'm going to get you guys a drink in the chat. And they're like, okay, yeah, no problem. And so at the YouTube party event, I did. I got some shots of tequila, and I walked up to him and I said I was gonna do this. It's nice to meet you guys, and much congratulations, and I hope all the success to you guys and your channel. And yeah, we did our shots tequila, and it was tough. Talking about doing shots tequila, and this guy shows up. Good morning. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm hungover again too, man. It's yeah, it's nice. Maybe Thursdays and Fridays are the days to do it for me. But I found myself today in a cool place. Um, yeah, you too, you too. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe out there in Vegas. But yeah, so at 5 o'clock this morning, I was hanging out with a decent group of people, and they're like, "We're hungry. Let's go eat." I'm like, "Absolutely," because food at 5 a.m. sounds awesome. And then it turned out to be a really cool surprise. Um, it yeah, post. So I'm just sharing the link for my live stream on Twitter. If you haven't found me on Twitter yet, go find me on Twitter. It is Kirk1Betzina. Let me see if I can drop it in the into. I'll go to my studio. See if I can put the link. Start a poll. Start a Q&A. Boop boop. No, not right now. It's okay though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll add it to my channel header because I don't think it's in there. Nope. There's a donations link to my PayPal. If you'd like to donate to me, feel free. Uh, I would greatly appreciate that. I do have a small income, but we try to grow it. We try to make more, and all of that stuff is absolutely appreciated. Can I edit this? How do I edit this? But yeah, so had hot pot at 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, of course, man, of course. Um, Customize channel. Here we go. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, had hot pot for the first time today at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's if you've never eat with Thai people before, it's really cool, and it's not like you go to a restaurant and you order, say you want a burger and fries, like you order your burger and fries. No, like if there's like 5 people at the table, everybody orders something and everyone shares amongst the table, and it's like commonplace, and it's actually a really cool way to eat and to spend time with friends. Let's see here. Let me add my Twitter handle to my profile. Boop, boop, boop. Follow on Twitter. Twitter's where I just want to launch this thing off from. And I've been chronicling my journey every single day. I make 1 to 2 posts about my day, the things I've seen, a little bit of perspective, maybe a picture here and there. And yeah, so go over there and check me out on Twitter. And that's where the most of this is going to be, the most of the social media aspect of this is going to be taking place for me. But I was thinking, why not just fire up a live stream? And I think it's about 10 10:30, 11:30 on the East Coast, United States. So, folks might be able to see it, and I think that would be really cool to join in. But your step cousin just came back from Thailand. Where are you from, Mr. King? Yeah, Thailand is a really special place, and I think it gets kind of a bad rap because people come here and go a little crazy, and I can see how it's easy to go crazy over here, just because the amount of freedom, but that means a lot of personal responsibility. Um, you know, is it's a lot, and with alcohol being so cheap, and you can essentially come to Thailand for 60 days. Then there's like 93 countries that have a what's called a visa free, which is going to be changing. That's always been the word. But right now, you can come for 60 days, visa free, as a tourist, and you get to enjoy the country. And you can extend for 30 days. I'm not exactly sure of the price, but it's about maybe, I don't know, 45 to $60 US, so maybe around 2,000 baht on the top end. And yeah, but just recently there was a gentleman who Ross is back. Thanks for coming back. Recently, actually, over in the neighborhood, just right a couple streets over from me, a gentleman, I believe he was from Belgium, kind of lost his mind, went into a little 7-Eleven convenience store. Now here, check this out. 7-Elevens here are kind of like the Dollar General of America, and they're everywhere. But they have such a cool. They're just cool. You know what I mean? I don't. Maybe you don't, and maybe this will prompt you to go look at 7-Eleven in Thailand on social media, and you can see like, when you walk in the door, it makes a special sound, and you can get just about anything you want there. So, but yeah, so he walked into a 7-Eleven and just like cleaned off the wine rack, smashing wine on barefoot, mind you. He's smashing these bottles of wine on the floor and so it really puts it like I've had a couple conversations with Thai people in this community. Thanks for the compliment, Ross. I appreciate it. It's the extra medium, hot pot got me filling it out. You know what I mean? Um, uh, and you can see how like the frustrations that the Thai people have because they're welcoming us into their home, into their culture to experience it, and then you have people doing the most, and it's tough. It's really tough, and so they're pretty upset, visibly upset by these things, and so I can totally understand. I can totally understand. Their frustrations. It's frustrating for me because like I'm a foreigner here too, and so it's when you have foreigners coming and doing crazy things in Thailand, it makes it hard for other foreigners, and then it prompts the government to maybe want to change the way the country deals with foreigners. So they might tighten it up a little bit. Where in Thailand did your step cousin go? I just got here. I've been here 19 days. And so, yeah, I sold everything back in the United States and bought a one-way ticket here. And I'm just setting up camp, just trying to make the most out of it. Finishing up my book in the northeast of Thailand, so up in Isan. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'll be going up. into Isan here very soon because there's a city up there that I want to see called Udon Thani. There's a giant lake and it's just covered with lilies. And yeah, anyways, enough about that. But yeah, I'm excited to see Thailand. I've been here for 19 days. I'm finishing up my book, and she's coming to your house in a half hour. How do you say hi? It's so if you're a man, you say Sawadee Kap, or it's like KHRAP, but the R is not really pronounced. And if you're a woman, you say Ka, so Sawadee Ka, and you put your hands together and you bow. That's how you say hi in Thai, which is the best. It's the best ever. But Nicomenos, I sold everything back in the States. Bought a one-way ticket here, Thailand. I've been here 19 days, and man, I'm eating it up every day. It's something new. It's something exciting. It's something exhilarating. I get a chance to explore a different culture, and I'm using this as a capstone to to like launch my social media about being a vagabond, really. And yeah, so I think I have a pretty unique experience to share. Just kind of wanted to use this as the opportunity to kind of, make it work. Now, did I necessarily move here to be a YouTuber? No, that's not what it's actually not it at all. But I just wanted to, like, no better opportunity than now. I was actually watching an interview between Uncle Roger, the comedian, and a couple other guys on the podcast Trigonometry. And Uncle Roger, or I don't know his name, but everybody knows Uncle Roger. He goes, "Imagine if I hadn't shot that video that day, or imagine if you hadn't, yeah. So imagine if you hadn't, what would you be putting on hold in your life? And so how important is it, to take those steps? So here we are. We're taking those steps. You know what I mean? We're going out and grabbing it. But Mr. King, if you're a man, you say Sawadee Kap. And if you're a woman, you say Sawadee Ka. But that's pretty much like the only, as far as I know, in Thai, it's not like a masculine and feminine dominated language, maybe like Spanish is. But there's just subtle differences in that. So if you see her, if you're a man, you see her coming, and you want to say hi, you say Sawadee Ka. DC in the house. What's up, buddy? Nice, nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Hey, did what I was you sent me something about QR codes. Did you understand my response? If not, man, just give me a call. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think if you're already, yeah, cool. So if you're making a quote, you can just like build it straight into the database, right? So we can like make you a little something, that you can generate. You have the address, you have, information, you can put quote amount, blah, 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 right? And it's already in your database per se. So you're just like updating it as you go. And so then the QR code, and you can like multi-factor authenticate. No, excuse me, I'm incorrect. You can just validate. Hey, enter your address here to see the quote. I think it would be like, as far as like marketing goes, it would be insane. Like that would be super cool. And say, hell, this guy, and we just make a quick little portal. Maybe we can even figure out a way to get a Google API so we can use Google Maps so we can, show a picture of their house and You know, it's like, yep, that is my house, and oh, it's gonna cost me X amount of dollars to get my gutters fixed. Sweet. So, yeah, just a nice little simple landing page portal for that. I think it will be, you know, the lift is not heavy on that, so which is nice. I think the real lift is going to be on the validation section for the address. So it shouldn't be too tough, and it actually probably be a little better if we had like an again a Google API, Google Maps API with addresses already loaded into it. That way, you know, it could kind of like autofill. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, can I help stream video games? Hey, so I've spent the better portion of the past 3 years sitting in front of my gaming rig. I built my own PC. I play a lot of video games, and and so I actually left my gaming PC back in the States with a good buddy of mine who is in dire need of maybe some like isolation and video game time. So I was like, this is going to serve you better. Plus, I don't want to drag my gaming rig all the way here. It weighs like 65, 70 pounds maybe. I have a full custom water loop dual 360 millimeter radiator. You know, I have custom blocks for the GPU and CPU. So it's not something you can just like pick up and move like a laptop. So I also, you know, have dual monitors set up. So yeah, just, you know, it's just easier to leave it with a buddy. And, you know, I think when I get a little more substantial here in Thailand, I'll move it. But, right now as it stands, yeah, I'm not gaming, but, you know, my YouTube channel and see what kind of games I play. Play a lot of Rocket League, play a lot of Battlefield, play uh what else, man? God, I play a lot of games, play a lot of Rust, um what I play some Valheim, I play just a little bit of everything. Rocks in my leg. Yeah, right. So, but I think like above anything, Rocket League is probably like my all-time favorite game. It's the game I've played the most. I have about 3,000 hours in it. But I've been playing it since 2017, 2016. So, all right, man. DC, be safe out there. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I played a lot of Escape from Tarkov. Actually, the reason I built that computer, the specific computer with the CPU and GPU, was because it ran Escape from Tarkov better than any other build out there. So what was it? It was the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D, and what I got 32 gigs of RAM, and then I have the 6900 XT Liquid Devil. So it's yeah, it's pretty cool. Call of Duty was fun. The first three skins it went through. I don't like the fact that it's like 150 gigs or 180 gigs or 250 gigs or whatever it is. It's just insanely too big. But but yeah. So but in talking about gaming, don't get me wrong. Like I definitely miss it, but I think my time is better served doing things like I'm doing now. You know, one way tripping it to Thailand and expanding my network and growing and meeting people and experiencing new things. You know, I spent the past couple years like working remote. I was a solutions engineer, and I got so that's a hybrid role between like tier one tech support and software engineering and development. And so I would build back-end business process for companies to be able to move documents and data from point A to point B securely, quickly, you name it. I probably built it. So, but my job unfortunately got outsourced to India, and I was laid off in November, which is kind of what prompted this whole entire, which is how I find myself here. I had been writing my book for the better part of 8 years, took some breaks here and there, gaining some life experience. I'd go and, put it down. And then, yeah, so in November when I was laid off, I was like, okay, now what am I gonna do? Shit. So I had bought a house, I had my dream car, and I could keep it going for just a few more months, right? And so I'm sitting around thinking to myself one day while I'm just gaming away, clicking, playing whatever, and I made my list, and I'm like, you know, on the pro side, stay and fight, and then I kind of like I I chewed on that one for a minute. I'm like, well, what am I even staying and fighting for? I'm single. I'm 38. I'm not really been able to have any good long-term lasting relationships. It's not really worked out for me. Be it my fault or someone else's. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So, there's that. My friendships were, you know, it was an interesting situation for me. So I felt a little isolated. I felt a little alone. Again, be it my fault or nobody, no fault, whatever. I'm not pointing fingers. What I'm saying is that, I took a really long, hard look at my life, going like, what am I fighting for? What am I doing? What am I doing it for? And what do I want to be doing? And then I was like, I can sell it all and hit the road. And I've been looking at Thailand for years. I made a movie about Thailand back in 2013, called Land of Smiles, a little short film that I was the executive producer on when I lived in Hollywood. And yeah, you can even find my IMDb credit for that. Proof. I got proof. So, anyways, um, so I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna sleep on it, and I'm going to. I'll wake up. If I wake up the next day and I haven't changed of heart or anything, but I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And so the next day I woke up and I still felt the same conviction about dumping everything I have in the United States and just hitting the road. And you know, so that's that's what I did. I called my realtor, and the one who sold me the house. I had only been in the house for not even 2 years fully, and so uh, I called her up and I was like, "Hey, are you still in the business?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, can you take listings?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, you want to sell my house?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'll send you a contract soon." And my listing went up February 14th, so Valentine's Day, and I accepted an offer on the 21st, so 7 days later. My house was on the market for 1 week. A lovely young family came and bought the house. I couldn't be more excited about that. And then, yeah, I was able to sell my car. I was able to sell and get rid of like everything I own, except for clothes, and you know, and so which also points to in my book how to like release things, and I think not really having a big ownership, right, or like a big attachment to ownership, just because I've lived a transient life all of my life. I think it's kind of easy for me to kind of dispense with items, even houses, which by the way is the biggest thing I've ever sold. And it's very expensive. It cost me about $6,000 to get out from underneath that deal, just because I had not been in the house for very long. And the offer that I accepted was enough to cover the mortgage value, but it wasn't necessarily enough to cover all of the fees and realtor commissions and things like that. And so, yeah, so I I sold what I could, and I got some money together, and I was able to do it. So, yeah, sold everything. Come over here with a little bit of money in my pocket, And man, Thailand's been a treat. It really has been a treat. The food is absolutely wonderful. The people are absolutely wonderful. I'm just kind of blown away at just kind of like how well it all works here. If you just, I just stood back on the street corner and just kind of watched cars drive by and see people zipping around on scooters, and it is kind of like an organized chaos, and everybody is so polite and so kind and so genuine, and for that I'm grateful. One of the most exciting things about Thailand for me is that they lead with respect first, and I lead with respect first, and I think that's taken me pretty far here, and I'm grateful for that. And I also don't really go sticking my nose where my nose don't need to go. And what's nice is that I don't speak Thai. I want to learn how to speak Thai. I think out of a respect thing, but also like talking through translator apps. And people here are patient enough that they will read the translator apps, but for me, it's like humor is lost in translation, and context of humor like that we have in English is just it's lost in the apps. And so for me to be able to speak, I think would be a massive leg up. Just because I like telling jokes sometimes, and I don't want my humor to go, lost in translation. So yeah. Um, but yeah, so the people are great, and I'm having a wonderful time. And I've personally seen a few altercations here with my own eyes, and it is no joke. You do not want to be, uh, let's just say, you don't fight one person in Thailand. If you are unfortunate enough to find yourself in fisticuffs with anybody in Thailand, you don't fight that person. You fight the whole country. That's a fact. Uh, and these people are tough. They're a tough people, and hardy, and it's pretty cool. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, watching like a 5'5", 150 pound dude absolutely hem up a 6'4", 250 pound guy, just with just essentially carrying him by his ear down the road, and everybody is like, you know, yeah. So to that, because respect goes so far here that whenever you disrespect people, it is a big offense. And so, if that's one thing that I do appreciate, I think the most about Thailand is that it is respect first, it's respect always. And I think for myself, I'm a respectful and I'm a polite person, and so that that carries me far. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think the one of the most okay, two parts. So there was a tourist on Soy Six who got beat up, and he was like trying to fight guards on the street. And then if you've seen the video, like 20 other people run up and just start pounding on this guy, and he wasn't smiling anymore after that. Absolutely. And I was speaking with someone recently. She says, "Oh, I want to learn how to fight Muay Thai," and I was like, Why is that?" And I said, "Is it because if you're seen on a video beating up they call them farangs here. Farang is a word in Thai. I'm butchering the word, but it's the word in Thai for foreigner. So if like you're seen in the video beating up a foreigner, like is that your kind of like 15 minutes of fame?" And she goes, like, "Yeah, kinda." And I was like, "All right, it makes sense to me." Because they're defending their country, they're defending their culture. That makes sense to me, absolutely. And it's kind of nice to see a place have a bit of like national identity and pride and where they come from, and especially coming from the States. When I grew up, there was a lot of American pride. We said the Pledge of Allegiance every day. We listened to the national anthem every day. And then slowly over the years, that bit of national pride just kind of like seeped out. And to where we are, currently in America. I'm not going to badmouth America. I just think it's just been an interesting transition maybe over the past 20, 25 years that is a noticeable transition. And you come to a place like Thailand where everything here is like they're about it. They're about their country and they love their country. So and they have pride. They take pride in it. And you can tell. You can really tell. So just vagabond American insights into into Thailand so far, 19 days in. Yeah, the sense of national pride that they have is it's refreshing, and the respect is wonderful. The food is absolutely insane, and you can get food any time of the day, pretty much anywhere. And no, you're not gonna get food poisoning. Um, you're you're gonna be just fine as long as you make good, like healthy food decisions, right? If you see that food may have been sitting out for a few hours, like don't eat that, obviously. Um, try to eat only foods that are prepared in front of you right then and there. And most of these food vendors do that. So, um, and if you can spark up a little small conversation with them and get a smile, a little laugh, maybe a chuckle, and I, uh, I'm a larger person, and I think it's every time I say hello and thank you, and I show them their respect, they always kind of giggle at me because I think it's so funny for them to see a guy like me uh, do these things. And but again, I'm just trying to be respectful of the Thai culture and the Thai people. They've been warm. They've allowed me to come into their kingdom, and so I want to make sure that I'm the best representative that I can be for myself, and and where I come from. Obviously there's bad apples and shit happens, but uh, I'm doing my part. So. Yeah. All right, Mr. King. So, can you help me make my first creation because I want to be an engineer when I grow up? Well, do you know how to code at all? If you're still here, I don't even know. But my advice to you is start out with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the fundamental basic three. And I think build yourself a little project, a little tutorial on YouTube. You can find them. You can build a little like to-do app on YouTube in any kind of language, and you can start coding in that language. The nice thing about software engineering and software development is that everybody wants you to be better at it, and so the information is free. It's widely available to you, and think of yourself as like a welder for the internet, that you get to create and make something for your little corner of the internet, and and that's kind of cool. So, pardon me. Here's an example. I worked at FedEx like before the pandemic, through the pandemic, and then I left in 2021 because I was just getting absolutely worn out. And I heard a commercial on the radio, and the guy was like, "Come be cybersecurity specialist." I talked to him, and I really like, it just like I understand cybersecurity is massive and is huge and it pays well and things, but my interests weren't in cybersecurity. My interests were in building, and so I went to General Assembly, which is a software engineering immersive boot camp. It was 13 weeks, excuse me, and I learned how to code, and then got my first job coding. But kind of like kind of what put software engineering on the map for me was back in 2011, no, 2012 maybe. I was living in Irvine, California. I drove a BMW at the time, and I got hooked up with some car guys because I like cars, and they were like, "Hey, you drive a Beamer? Come hang out. We're a Beamer club in South Orange County." And I was like, "Cool." So I went and hung out with them, and a couple of the guys in the car club um, showed up one day. This guy showed up in a brand spanking new R35 GTR, and the other dude showed up in a, oh, what did he have? It was insane. I think it was a Maybach, big ass Mercedes. I think it may have been like the first time I'd ever seen one, so that's like why it's a little fuzzy for me. But these guys were like in their 20s, they were young guys. And so I just said, hey, what's up to him and stuff like that, and just chopped it up with him a little bit, and didn't really get too much deeper into conversation. But the next meet that came around, the guy who drove the GTR um, showed up in a Ferrari 360, and I was like, all right, so what's the deal, man? How he's yeah, I got rid of the GTR, I didn't really like it that much. I got the 360, and it's doing a little better. I'm like, all right, cool. How do you make this happen? And he goes, oh, I made an app and I sold it. It's for car stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? And he goes, I'm a software developer. I'm a software engineer. I'm like, okay, cool, boom, flag planted. I'll never forget that. So, is it possible to do it? Sure, but the chances are, you know, a little less. But I have a pretty cool opportunity with a good buddy of mine who popped in the stream here earlier, and we're putting some stuff together, and it's pretty exciting. I couldn't be happier about it because it's another path, another opportunity to expand my life and grow and do the things I want to do, and it's going to afford me the opportunity to do more stuff easily. So, um, yeah, so fast forward, I went to software engineering school because I'm a veteran. The VA assisted me with going there, and so I learned how to code and got a job doing it. And now on the back end, I was not not back end development. Pardon me if you're a developer, but so now on the back end of my being laid off, I got the opportunity to start working with AI and AI automations, and so like the company that laid me off, I essentially built their whole company in a day, and they've been building their company for 30 years, and so yeah, that was kind of like my my like big middle finger to them, but. I'm not competing with them, but I'm taking the knowledge that I gained and the skills that I gained from that job, and I'm just applying it and trying to stay fresh. Now back to the point of everybody on the internet wants you to be better developer. There's so much developer content out there; it's impossible not to find good options. And I'm not even talking about ChatGPT. I'm talking about just like W3C schools. What's the other one? There's a MDN is another one that's really good. But yeah, so and then Stack Overflow, and I was building an application, and this is a story about how helpful people are. So there's a guy out there. His name is Beck Brace. He's pretty popular on Twitter. I was following along on one of his tutorials. I ran into an issue that I ran into an issue with some of his lines of code, and I shot him a message on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, I have an issue, and I don't know how to troubleshoot this. I'm doing this on your video, and this is where I'm at." He goes, "Give me a few minutes," and he shot me a Zoom link or what was it, Zoom or something like that? Shot me a Zoom link, and we jumped on a call, and he took a look at my code and what I was doing, and he's like, "Oh, here it is," and did some tweaks and stuff, and then I was like, "Thank you so much." I really appreciate it. And so that's been my experience, in trying to find help and things like that. And people do genuinely want you to be better at, you know, developing the internet. Now with the invention of AI tools and things, I'm sure you've heard vibe coders, and which seems like that term has seemed to kind of like fall to the wayside now. But the problem is like you can put a prompt in, and it'll generate you some code, and you stick it in your editor, and you hit run, and it just lights up all. There's a whole bunch of errors and stuff, and it doesn't work. And I mean, as technology has gotten better, it's getting better. You can do this now, but I think if you ever have to troubleshoot or debug anything that comes out of AI because you wrote a prompt and you don't understand software engineering or development, it's going to be a very difficult ride for you. So that's just my 2 cents. And if you like gaming, there is Python games out there. You can gamify your learning. There's a Minecraft, you can code in Java, and then there's another one. But yeah, essentially you code in Minecraft and develop in Minecraft. So, it's just your own little like sandbox test area. So, and the nice thing about developing too is obviously your courses, the ones that are manicured and put together, are going to cost you some money because someone took the time and energy and effort to put together something for you. So they can usually be less expensive, but a lot of the resources and a lot of the information that you're going to need is widely available to you on for free on the internet. So take advantage. You can start coding now, however old you are. I was trying to code on the airplane to Thailand, but I was sandwiched in like I had so from my flight from America to Korea, I actually sat next to a social media influencer from Korea. Very cool guy. I'll try to link his information in the description whenever I wrap up this live stream, because he's a pretty cool guy. And he had just came back off like a really cool trip. And then the guy sitting next to me, he was a Filipino guy, and he's generally pretty quiet and just kind of stayed to himself. But I was stuck in the middle there. But then when I got to Korea and we changed planes to fly to Thailand, I was sitting in the middle row in the back, and two very large gentlemen sat here and here, and it was a tight one. I think it was like a 6 hour flight, maybe a 7 hour flight, and I was packed in there so hard. No, I definitely did. I definitely did, man. I think I subbed to you. It was like one of the first things I did. Uh, Let me see here. Subscriptions. Yeah, because your channel has videos or like shorts of you at the hockey rink. Yeah, right here. I'm subbed. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Subbed for sure. So I got you, buddy. Don't worry. But yeah, so and then like trying to develop here in Thailand, I haven't really busted out the keyboard to make anything, but that's all changing because my book is ready to go, and I need to build a landing page and a portal so that people can come check out, check out some excerpts and things like that. Maybe get a little personalized video, and then a payment portal, a place to safely pay for my book. I haven't quite figured out how much I want to make the book, but I have a good idea of what I think it's worth, and it shouldn't it shouldn't be you know too terrible. I think it should be fine. It should be fine. So, but yeah, so I have to build that, and then I'm gonna be building a landing page for my buddy who was in the stream earlier, who just started a roofing, or not a roofing, but a gutter business in Texas, and he's absolutely crushing it. So happy for him. Happy to help. Him and I get together, and we started coding some stuff up after I got laid off. He had gotten laid off or fired also, like very close in the same proximity in time. That oh, you got me on the big screen. I feel so sorry for the rest of your house. But yeah, so we got to code together, and so we bounce tech ideas off of each other. He's an incredibly smart individual, and I'm fortunate enough to call him a buddy. We played video games together for a long time, and yeah, so I'm happy to know him. He's a good dude. DC, man, thumbs up to you, man. Happy to have you in my life for sure. But what do we got for breakfast today, Mr. Reinhardt? And for folks who are popping into the stream, smash that like button, smash. Hit that like button. I want to see if we can get to 10. Oh, what's up to the family? Hello. And to cousin John. I'm glad you like him. I would hate to remind you of something you didn't like. Pardon me, pardon me. Protein pancakes and breakfast burritos. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I haven't had protein pancakes in a hot minute. In a hot minute. One of the things that I like to do is when I'm eating eggs. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I really do. But when I'm eating a lot of eggs, I kind of get tired of eating egg, like just savory style eggs. So what I'll do is I'll get all of the egg whites. And it's usually like 6 or 8 egg whites, and take a little bit of cinnamon, and I take some like natural sweetener, like no sugar, so like 0 calorie sweetener, like stevia or something, or whatever it may be. And I whip it in really hard and make it kind of frothy and foamy, and pour it in the pan like a pancake. It's huge. And then take some like 0 calorie 0 calorie syrup, and eat it that way. And it certainly saved me. Like it's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like I like a savory breakfast too. Ravati, yeah, you're from is it Assam, India, right? Do I got it right? Um, but then if I'm being a little lax with my diet, then I'll throw some cheese on there. And I don't mind a little tapatio and cheese on some eggs. Absolutely. So yeah, I remember you. Hey, thanks for coming back to the stream. Yeah, the Reinhardts know what's up. I love cooking, so I I like to mix it up a little bit, and try to figure stuff out. If you don't like eating oats, if you're an oatmeal kind of guy, so eggs and oats or whatever, um, grits are a perfect substitute for calories and carbohydrates to oats. So if you like cheesy grits, you know, you can find them in your grocery store, and it's pretty quick. I think it's like what, I like it a minute and a half in the microwave. Other people may like it a longer, a little shorter, whatever, but it's not bad. You can get Indian chutneys. I'll have to take a look, man. Like, you would be surprised at the Indian culture here in Pattaya, Thailand. There's a massive Indian culture here. I like Indian food, so I'm definitely gonna go down there and get me some of that. So absolutely. If you have any recommendations, man, let me know. I'll go try. I'll make a stream of it. We'll go down and eat some Indian food in Pattaya. It's it's like they have pretty much a whole entire section of town is all India. So yeah, yeah, it's pretty great. He's back. Try South Indian, not North Indian. So let me ask, because I know that there's a very big difference between the two culinary. So the North is vegetarian and the South is meat eating. Is that correct? Or is it, do I have it transposed? I know that there's a big vegetarian portion of the culture and then a very big meat eating portion of the culture. Opposite. Okay, so the north is the meat and the south is the vegetarian. I like meat though. I gotta have meat. That's probably the American in me. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know you guys have a thing with cows, and out of much respect, but I love brisket, and I cook a mean brisket, so I love beef a lot. Absolutely. Idly. So you, rice cake. Let me see what this looks like. I'm gonna look this up right now. Indian. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, and then you could put them in some sauce. Yeah, I can see why the dipping sauces would be, the chutneys would be so big with something like that. Oh, that looks really good actually. Idli sambar. I know I'm probably butchering that too, but if they have that here, I'm gonna see if I can get some of that. It looks really good. Nice, nice. Oh, you can make them spicy too. So we have what is this? Tayer idli. It's got some peppers on it. South Indian. Yep, yep. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. 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 Yeah, so I really appreciate everybody coming to the stream. Um, it's been a lot of fun. I'm beginning to enjoy this um, quite a bit because it's excited to tell story and share perspective and just kind of what's happening here in Thailand, because I don't know anywhere else in the world that you can go at 5 o'clock in the morning, at least in my country, at 5 o'clock in the morning and eat like actual good food. Usually it's going to be deep fried or quick or something like McDonald's or Burger King or uh, and I'm not throwing hate or shade on this at all. The Waffle House is 24 hours, but that has a very unique and special place. Like, so in my country, Ravati, we have a restaurant that only a certain portion of the country has, and it's called the Waffle House. And it's it's 24 hours. And so, at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, there's some very interesting people who go in there and, kind of cause havoc and stuff like that. But outside of that, the food is decent. And it's a bit more of like a novelty more than it is anything else. But it's also kind of a sacred place. Um, if you bring a date to the Waffle House, it's kind of serious because that's where you bring your mom and your grandma to eat, you know? So if you bring a girl you like to, or if you bring someone you like to the Waffle House, it's serious. That's how you know. So you can take a look around and see, like, ooh, and this is kind of like an unspoken, like thing. So yeah, Amber Dum Biryani. Yeah, I definitely want to do some of that biryani too, because I can probably get some very authentic biryani here. So, yeah, super excited. There's just still so much Thai food to eat. I mean, honestly, I've tried maybe 0.5% of the total available cuisine here to me, just covering Thai food. And so there's a little restaurant that's like a 4-minute walk away from where I'm staying at. And the place is called Holmes Cafe. And a very nice couple of very nice ladies work there, and they're always so surprised to see me show up every single day. And I do go every single day, and I try something different on the menu. And one of the ladies who owns the place, she goes, "You like spicy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hook it up." And she goes, "Okay." This is the first time, and I think maybe two part on this. So this is the first time I've eat anything here that I was like, oh, like this is this is spicy. Like this is at the threshold for me now where I'm like, any more than this would be a problem, but any less than this is like, what's the point? Um, so, what's really interesting is that I think culturally, the Thai people who make food here understand that they eat spicy food, and I have a pretty like decent spice tolerance. I don't shy away from eating spicy things at all. So, when Ravati, thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you. Be safe. Have a great day. Um, is that they see me coming and they're like, oh, this big white guy can't handle spicy food, And so they really tone it down. They just put like a little bit in there. And then I eat it and I'm like, either my spice tolerance is really, really high, and or they're just toning it down for the white guy. You know what I mean? And so this was the first time that I've had something that was actually spicy and it was actually good, and I really enjoyed it. And she goes, "All right, we see you tomorrow." I'm like, "Absolutely." And yeah, so then I came back and 11 years old. Right on, man. Well, it's time to go to bed. Sweet dreams. Have a wonderful night. Make sure you brush your teeth, wash behind your ears, give your mom and dad a hug and kiss if you do that kind of thing. We do that kind of thing in where I'm from. So, um, yeah, so I came back and she said, all right, you want another one? I said, yeah, let's do it again. So this is all for like breakfast food. So, Thai breakfast is really interesting. I had a uh, like a basil chicken, rice, a very big egg, like a flat omelet with nothing in it, right? And rice, and which is almost what I would eat for breakfast in the States. But it's so interesting here that like they just have there's not like breakfast foods here. Like they call them English breakfast, and it's like from England. You got beans and sausage and egg, and like that ain't breakfast. That ain't breakfast. I don't know what you English people are doing. That ain't breakfast, but yeah. So so yeah, I'm having like what most people would have for dinner for breakfast, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful opportunity to get to experience something a little different again. So yeah, all good for sure. Yeah, but she turned it up. She goes, "Did you like how spicy that was?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, that was perfect. Keep it coming." So I certainly enjoy it. Absolutely, certainly enjoy it. Yeah, the food here's something else. I had hot pot for the first time today, and what a really cool thing to like experience. Like this person brings a clay chimney and set a clay pot on top of it, and it's just shooting fire out. And they fill it up with a broth. They throw stuff in, um, veggies and seasoning and everything else, and just kind of let it go for a little bit. And then a bunch of seafood comes out, shrimp, crab, and then they have like thinly shaved beef on a whole big plate. And yeah, you just kind of dip it in there and put it in your plate and a little bit of rice, and everybody's around and eating and talking and just going on 5 o'clock in the morning, absolutely ripped. So the sun comes up very early in Thailand too, I've noticed. It's I think sunrise is now before 6 a.m. So, and the clubs and bars and things here really don't close ever. So, it was dark when I walked in, and I walk out, and it's like, oh man, this. Hop on a scooter, go down to the restaurant that's like a couple blocks away, and and just continue to spend time with great people. And so I can thoroughly say that last night was definitely a capstone moment as well to the trip. One of my buddies who I met here is an Australian guy, but he's half Thai, but he lives in Australia, works in Australia, and he always comes back. He always comes back every few months, and so he's leaving tomorrow. So that was kind of like his last hurrah, and it was good to see him off. We explored some very interesting places. He's like, I've never been here before. I'm like, me neither. Let's go check it out. He goes, all right, let's just go in and have one. I'm like, okay. And we walk in and we figure out the place pretty quick. We finish our drink very quickly and say, have a wonderful time, and we leave. And then we found a Bronx pizza style restaurant. It's actually called Bronx Pizza, but they have New York style slices for like $2. I think it's like 250 US, which is like not bad. And the pizza is pretty decent. So yeah, I'm really enjoying eating my way through Thailand. But yeah, it's all really cool to see how all this is coming together and how this is all coming along. And right now I'm on the visa free 60 days. I'm 19 of 60. I may extend for 30 days. I may not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I can get this condo again for another month, then I'll extend. If I can't, I think I'll just move on to somewhere else. Vietnam is cool. Cambodia, Laos, are like right here. Um, the Philippines has always been interesting to me too, so I want to get down there and see what that's kind of about. And get down to Australia. I have a lot of Australian friends, so it'd be nice to see some Australian friends. Pop up and say, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" Because I've never been to Australia, so it's definitely someplace that I want to go. So, I have the world at the tips of my shoes, and what's cool is I get to document this journey, this process, all of this every single day. I keep updating my Twitter. I post maybe once or twice a day on Twitter, just kind of run through what I did in my day, what I saw, what I thought was really cool, how I'm experiencing Thailand, and yeah, just trying to tell a story there, share a little bit of perspective. It all kind of revolves around my book, The Vagabond: How to Ditch the Rut and Chase the Call, is the title. I think I've landed on the title. And yeah, so, and if you want to see my Twitter, you can find it in my information on my YouTube profile here. So, but also coming up on the hour and a half mark, Really appreciate everybody who stopped by the stream. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time hanging out and catching up with everybody. The Reinhardts, thank you. DC, Mr. King, Ravathi, and everybody else who came. Thank you. And, we will be firing up the live stream again here pretty soon. I'll try to make it a little more interesting content. I'll go out in town and kind of show you guys a little bit of like what's going on around town. Maybe we'll catch something crazy, maybe we won't, who knows, but it's Thailand, it's Pattaya, so the chances aren't zero. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Hug the ones you love. And yeah, we'll see you next time.